Have you ever found yourself standing at the edge of something new, an opportunity, a dream, a change, and hesitated? Not because you didn't want it, not because you didn't care, but because some voice inside whispered, "You're not ready yet." We've all been there, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect version of ourselves. But here's the truth. That moment may never come, and the readiness you're hoping for, it's a myth. The psychologist Abraham Maslow once said, "You will either step forward into growth or you will step back into safety." The instinct to wait until we feel fully prepared is often just fear disguised as logic. We want certainty, we want control. But the very nature of growth is uncertainty. You can't become the person you're meant to be and stay safe at the same time. Think of a child learning to walk. They don't wait until they understand balance, motion, and coordination. They get up, fall, cry, laugh, and try again. It's not confidence that pushes them forward, it's curiosity, a natural urge to move, to explore, to live. As adults, though, we lose that instinct. We start calculating. What if I fail? What if I look stupid? What if people judge me? But we forget the deeper question, what if you never try? Psychologists call this the readiness illusion, the false belief that clarity, confidence, and certainty will come before action. In reality, it's the other way around. Action breeds clarity. Doing the thing imperfectly, nervously, with shaky hands is what reveals your strength. Dr. Susan David, a Harvard Medical School psychologist, wrote, "Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is fear walking. That fear you feel, it doesn't mean you're not ready. It means you're alive. It means you care. The presence of fear is not a red light, it's a green light. It tells you this matters." Let me tell you a story. There was a young woman who dreamed of becoming a writer. Every day she imagined seeing her name on the cover of a book. But every night she'd whisper to herself, "Not yet. I need to get better. I need more time." Months passed, then years, until one day she realized she'd been waiting for a version of herself that didn't exist. A version without doubt, without insecurity, without fear. And so she sat down with trembling fingers and started writing. It wasn't perfect, but it was real, and from that moment her life began to change. That story isn't just about writing, it's about anything we deeply want but delay. The business you haven't launched, the conversation you've been avoiding, the change you keep putting off. Ask yourself, are you waiting because you're not ready, or because it's easier to wait than to risk? Research in behavioral psychology tells us that the brain tends to overestimate the risks of taking action and underestimate the cost of inaction. It's called loss aversion. We're wired to fear what we might lose more than we're motivated by what we might gain. That's why doing nothing often feels safer, but over time, that safety turns into regret. Mel Robbins, a motivational speaker and author of The 5-Second Rule, says, "If you have an instinct to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds or your brain will kill it." The window between a thought and a decision is short, and if you wait too long, your mind will fill that space with doubt. So what do you do when you don't feel ready? You start anyway, small, clumsy, quiet, but you start. You learn as you go. You build the plane while flying it. You ask for help. You fall and get back up. This isn't recklessness, it's faith. Not blind faith, but faith in your ability to figure things out. Brené Brown, a research professor and best-selling author, talks about showing up in the arena. She says, you can choose courage or you can choose comfort, but you cannot choose both. Readiness is often just comfort in disguise, and comfort never leads to transformation. Think about the moments in your life that changed you. Were you ready for them? Were you fully prepared? Probably not, but you showed up. You adapted. And somewhere along the way, you became stronger, wiser, more capable than you imagined. Here's something powerful to remember. You are always more ready than you feel. Because readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision, a choice to step into the unknown, to trust that you'll learn, grow, and rise to the occasion. The only way to find out if you're ready is to begin. So don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for a time when you feel no fear. That time may never come, but the opportunity is here. The moment is now. And you're enough. Not when you become more confident, not when you have more experience, not someday, now. Start the project. Apply for the job. Say what you need to say. Let your actions create the clarity you've been waiting for, and if your heart beats a little faster, if your voice shakes, if your hands tremble, that's okay. That's not weakness. That's life calling your name. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once. You just have to take the first step. The rest will meet you on the way. If this message stirred something in you, don't just watch and scroll. Take that first step today. You don't need to have it all figured out to begin. Subscribe now for weekly mind-shifting content that pushes you past fear and into action. Hit the like button if this spoke to your heart, and drop a comment sharing what you've been waiting to start. We're building a fearless community here. And remember, clarity comes from movement, not waiting. So take the leap. You're more ready than you think. Thank you for watching.